room. Let me check. I don't know. Is it working? For me it says we are waiting for Daria. I really hope I am in the right place. Am I here or am I not here? Please let me know in the chat, because for me I'm still not live. Oh, working. Okay, nice. Thank goodness. I thought I messed up again. Добрый вечер, good evening, or доброе утро if it is morning for you. Today we continue speaking about Russian folk tales, and this one, I am sure you are familiar with this one. We continue with this big book of Russian folk tales, Русские народные сказки. And today's one is called Masha и Медведь. Masha and the Bear. You might be familiar with this one because Russian cartoon Masha and the Bear ended up being super popular all over the world. Even in America, even in Europe, everywhere this crazy cartoon is very, very popular. We're gonna look at it at the end of this lesson. So, Masha и Медведь. Here on the picture we see Masha. Masha, вот она. Remember we had this пузырь, соломинка и лапоть. I remember the straw, the bubble, and лапоть. So here in Masha you can see those shoes. Those shoes, they are the ones that we were discussing. Okay, let's go to reading. Traditional beginning for all Russian folk tales. Жили-были. It literally means there lived and there were someone. So it's a very common beginning. Жили-были дедушка да бабушка. There lived a grandma and grandpa. Actually, grandpa, дедушка, and бабушка. So this da as an end is used in old folk tales very often. So today, of course, we would have said дедушка и бабушка, grandpa and grandma, дедушка и бабушка. But this da was very common in the old Russian. So, была у них внучка Машенька. Mashenka. First, let's speak about this name, Mashenka. Probably you know that in Russian we have hundreds of ways of saying the same name. For example, the full name of Masha would be Maria. The everyday common name would be Masha. Their more or less rude name would be Mashka. The very dear one would be Mashenka or Mashuля, Mashunya, like dear Masha, something like that. So in Russia, we like to play around with names. So Mashenka, Masha, Maria is all the same person, Mashenka. This construction была у них, it might seem confusing to especially beginners, but basically this is the common construction when somebody has something. For example, I have a phone. У меня есть телефон. Same here. They have a granddaughter, Mashenka, but the word order is switched a little bit. So it's past tense. Была, was, у них, them, granddaughter Mashenka. So this construction means they had a granddaughter. была у них внучка. So it's just a little bit of messed up order. Okay. Собрались раз подружки в лес по грибы да по ягоды. This is very, very old, stylish, kind of old school kind of a text. So, собрались раз. This раз means sometime. So, someday her friends decided to go to the forest. So, shortly, раз. Собрались раз. Подружки. Подружки means friends, girls. Girl friends. So, other girls. They decided to go to the forest. В лес. По грибы да по ягоды. Again, this is more like a folk way of saying to collect mushrooms and berries. And this was a very common activity for Russian peasants. Собирать грибы, collect mushrooms, pick mushrooms in the forest. I used to do it all the time when I was little. Okay, по грибы да по ягоды. Ягоды are berries. So we see a lot of past tense here. So it all happened some time ago. Next sentence is in past tense as well. Пришли, they came, plural past tense. Пришли. Пришли, and we have the double verb situation. So they came to do something, infinitive. They came to call Машенька with them. Позвать Машеньку с собой. So they came to call Машенька to go with them to the forest. Дедушка, бабушка, говорит Машенька. Grandpa, grandma, Машенька says. But again, you see in Russian, very frequently we switch nouns and verbs. So in English, you would say Машенька says, right? In Russian, very common to say says Машенька, говорит Машенька. Let me go to the forest with my girlfriends. Отпустите, let me go, allow me to go. This is the imperative mood. She is asking. Отпустите меня, меня, to the forest, в лес, с подружками, with friends. Дедушка с бабушкой отвечают, plural ending, отвечают, they respond. So grandpa and grandma respond, отвечают. Go, иди. You probably know the version, the infinitive one. Идти, to walk, or ходить, to walk. This imperative mood, when you tell someone, go, you go, we would use иди. But be careful, or be like, watch out. This смотри here, it's not a literal meaning. It's not the direct meaning to look at something. Смотри we use when we warn somebody. We warn somebody about something. But like, be careful. Don't get too far behind, something like that. Отставать means to somebody walks in front of you and you get further and further back. It means отставать. So they're telling her, be careful, stay close to your girlfriends. Не то заблудишься. Заблудиться in Russian means to get lost. So stay with your friends, otherwise you will be lost. Okay. Пришли девушки в лес. Again, you see, Russian word order is pretty flexible. Here we start with verb again. Arrived girls in the forest. Into the forest, right? Пришли девушки в лес. They came to the forest. Стали собирать грибы да ягоды. started to pick mushrooms and berries. Again, this да means and. It's the synonym of и. Грибы да ягоды. Вот Машенька. It means like so. Oh, I should stop clicking on the page, turning it blue. So Машенька. Вот Машенька. Деревце за деревце. So it means tree after tree. Деревце. The original word is дерево. Дерево. You probably know this word, дерево. But kind of nice way, a cute tree, we would say деревце. Деревце, dear beautiful tree, деревце. So tree by tree, bush by bush, кустик за кустик. And she went far, far away from her friends. Деревце за деревце, кустик за кустик и ушла. Ушла. She left, she walked away. Далеко, далеко. So in English, you say far, far away. Same here, we just say double далеко. Далеко, далеко от подружек. Genitive case here. After от, from, we would use genitive case after this preposition. От подружек. Стала она аукаться. Pay attention to this one. Remember, if you were in one of the previous lessons, we were reading the folk tale about a fox and what's his name? This bird with this long beak. How they were serving each other meals, and the moral was how you au in the forest, the same response you get. So the moral was treat others the way you want them to treat you. So this here we have the same word, аукаться. It means when you get lost in the forest, you yell au, this beginning of the word, au, au, and people yell back at you. It's all back to the times when there were no phones, of course. So people were literally yelling each other for help. Ау, ау, and we have a verb, аукаться. So she's yelling ау. Стала их звать. She started to call for them. Стала их звать. А подружки не слышат. Не слышат. They don't hear. They don't hear her. This is the plural ending. Don't hear. Не слышат. Не слышат. And don't respond. Don't respond. Don't respond. Не отзываются. So they don't yell back at her. Не отзываются. Ходила, ходила Машенька по лесу. So walked and walked. We have a lot of past tense in this fairy tale. So Машенька walked and walked. Ходила, ходила по лесу. Совсем заблудилась. Got completely lost. Заблудилась. Заблудилась. Then пришла она в самую глушь. So she came to the very deep, like depth of the forest. В самую глушь. Aaron, thank you so much for your support. Большое спасибо. Спасибо, Aaron. В самую глушь. Глушь means this really dark part of the forest with no paths, with no people around, nothing. Глушь. В самую чащу. Чаща, again, is the part of the forest with thick growing trees and bushes. Sorry, I'll get rid of my bracelets because I guess they're way too loud near the microphone when I move my arm. Okay, в самую чащу. So she is lost. She is in the very middle of the forest. She is lost. Okay, в самую чащу. We're here. Видит. So she sees. we get to the present tense. Видит, стоит избушка. Избушка is that traditional peasant house. I think we had it in that lesson. Oh, we had теремок. Теремок. So this is a traditional Russian peasant house made of long wooden logs and some straw on the roof. This is called изба or избушка. Избушка. So she sees there stands this wooden house, избушка. Постучала Машенька в дверь. So Машенька knocked at the door. Постучала, past tense for knocking. Стучать, постучала. So she knocked at the door. Nobody answers. Не отвечают. You see, in Russian, we don't use this no one answers. In Russian, we use the plural form and we drop the noun completely. We only have the verb. That's why those endings are important. So from this ending, this plural third person ending, we understand that nobody answers. Не отвечают. Толкнула она дверь. She pushed the door. Толкнула она дверь. Дверь и открылась. And the door opened. So probably the door was not locked. So she pushed it. Толкнула. Дверь открылась. Вошла Машенька в избушку. Машенька entered the house. Again, you see how important those verbs of motion are in Russian. We literally have them non-stop. No matter what folk tale we took and read, we always have these verbs of motion. So sooner or later you will have to deal with them. So вошла means she stepped inside the house. Sat down near the window on the bench, I think. So she entered and sat down. Села. Okay, so she sat down and thinks. We see the combination of the past tense and present tense. Села и думает. Sat down and is thinking. Кто же здесь живет? Who lives here? Why nobody is seen? Почему никого не видно? Никого не видно, nobody is seen. А в той избушке we have a prepositional case, location. Remember, after v, we have ending ye. So the original word избушка, but if we say in the house, we change the ending and it would be в избушке, the prepositional case ending, в избушке. So in that house lived, жил большущий медведь. You probably know the adjective большой, big, large. So if you want to say that it was enormous, gigantic bear in Russian, we just add the suffix ush and it turns to большущий, super big. Or дорогой, expensive, you add ush, it becomes дорогущий, means like really expensive. For example, дорогущий bracelet, like super crazy expensive bracelet, which is not true, by the way. I got it for like $3. There was the 90% sale. This is some Christmas collection. I literally got it for $3 in Macy's. Pretty cool. So I got sidetracked as always. So the gigantic bear, большущий медведь, really big bear. Только Только его тогда дома не было. We're reading this part. Его тогда дома не было. This только means but. So it's the synonym of но. Но его тогда дома не было. He was not at home by that time. Where was he? Он по лесу ходил. He was walking in the forest. По лесу in the forest. Oh, Mike. 3 more bracelets. Thank you, but I guess they are gone already. That was the last one, but I'm pretty happy with this one. And also ordered some super cheap one from AliExpress with a little D here, like D, Dasha. Yeah, stupid. Okay, Mike, спасибо. Большое спасибо, thank you. So the bear is not there. Bear is not there. He's walking in the forest. Он по лесу ходил. Вернулся вечером медведь. Again, you see, we start with the verb. He came back in the evening, the bear. That's the Russian word order here. Вернулся, came back, медведь. So he came back and saw Машенька. Увидел Машеньку. Увидел Машеньку. Обрадовался. And got delighted. Got delighted. Got happy. Обрадовался. He is merry and cheerful now. Ага, говорит. So, he says. Ага. This Russian word ага is super common. I usually say it as an agreement, and I'm still doing it in the US, and I guess it's not that common here. Like somebody's asking, like, would you like to have this and that? And I'm like, ага. And they're like, huh? I see a little bit of confusion. I guess people don't use it as frequently here as we do in Russia. So, aha, here it's kind of enlightenment for him. Now he has some idea. He's, aha, говорит, he says. Now I won't let you go. Теперь не отпущу тебя. Remember, we had at the very first page, there was отпускать. She was asking her grandparents, like, let me go to the forest. Отпустите меня. Here we have the future tense. He says, no, I will not let you go. Не отпущу тебя. You will live at my place. Будешь жить у меня. Будешь у меня жить. Again, you see how frequently we drop the pronouns. That's why we have a lot of endings. That's why for each pronoun, you, me, he, she, they, we have separate endings. So here, будешь, будешь. This is the ending for second person. It means you will live with me. Будешь жить. Будешь печку топить. You will heat the furnace, like some place you throw wood inside to make it warm in the apartment, in the house. That's what he says. Топить means to burn woods, to make it warm. Будешь кашу варить. You will make porridge. Oh, I see people are speaking about aha in the chat. So in Russian, it literally means yes. Like when a waiter says, like, would you like to sit here? I say aha, da. And then I realize, like, oh, yes. Because I see that people don't understand me. And of course, it's not a rude response in Russian at all. It's the synonym of yes, sure, okay. Okay, moving on. Кашу варить, to boil, to cook porridge. And to feed me with this porridge. Меня кашей кормить. We have, if we look at this part, we see the word kasha in two different cases. To cook something, kasha here is the direct object, we use accusative case. And here we would say, to feed me with this porridge. So porridge here is more like an instrument of feeding, something like that. So you see two different endings. Кашу, кашей. Потужила Маша. It means, so for some time Masha was sad. So we have this verb, a very old one. Тужить means to be sad, to be sad. Same here, горевать, погоревала. I don't think in English you use it as frequently as the verb. You usually say it as a condition of a person, to be sad, to be moody. In Russian, we usually use verbs. Okay, so she was sad, but there's nothing to be done. Ничего не поделаешь. Ничего не поделаешь. It means nothing can be done. Ничего не поделаешь. And she began living with a bear in this wooden house. Стала она жить у медведя в избушке. She started living with the bear in his house. Here we move to the next part. I want you to see the whole text. Медведь на целый день уйдет в лес. Уйдет в лес. This is a very interesting construction here. Literally it means that the bear will go to the forest for the whole day. For the whole day. Okay. На целый день. But we use the future form here. Future tense. Уйдет. However, here it's more like the everyday action. Everyday action. It's like in English you mess the times sometimes too. For example, you use present continuous about some near future plans. Like, I'm going to a doctor next Friday. So technically it's future, next Friday, but we are using present continuous. I am going. So kind of the same thing here, but the opposite. We use future tense, but we show the normal regular action. So he goes to the forest every day. Медведь на целый день уйдет в лес. А Машеньке наказывает. And he tells Машенька. But this наказывать is more like kind of giving orders. So he gives her orders. She's like his granddaughter now. He's like reprimanding her a little bit. The literal meaning today means to punish, наказывать, to punish someone. But also in the old folk tales, it means to order someone to do something. So he tells her not to go anywhere without him from the house. Никуда без него из избушки не выходить. Не выходить. Не выходить. Okay. And if you leave, если уйдешь, so if you decide to leave, he says, говорит, все равно поймаю, и тогда уж съем. So if you want to leave, I'll catch you, and that time I'll eat you. So he's trying to scare her. Все равно поймаю, и тогда уж съем. Съем, the future tense of eating something. So he's trying to scare her. Стала Машенька думать. So Masha began to think. Masha стала думать. He thinks. How to run away from the bear. Как ей от медведя, genitive case after от медведя убежать. Again, verbs of motion, убежать. To run away, убежать. Кругом лес, forest around. So there is forest around them. What else? To what side, to what direction to go, she doesn't know. В какую сторону идти, if you lost it, it's here. В какую сторону идти, не знает. So where to go, she doesn't know. Спросить не у кого. Спросить не у кого. So no one to ask. Спросить не у кого. Думала она, думала и придумала. So she was thinking and came up with the idea. Думала, думала и придумала. So this придумать with the prefix при means to come up with some solution, to think of something effective. Okay. Приходит раз медведь из лесу. Again, this раз here we use as the meaning like one day, sometime. He comes from the forest and Машенька says, Машенька tells him, Машенька говорит ему, dative case ему, to him. So she tells him. And we go further. Медведь, медведь, like bear, bear, let me go for one day to the village. Отпусти меня на денек в деревню. На денек means one short day. Денек. День, the full word for a day, and денек is the like you want to show like that. That's not going to be long. Денек. Деревня is the village, countryside, those wooden houses. In Russian we say деревня, деревня. So she's asking him to let her go to the village for one day. Я бабушке да дедушке гостинцев снесу. I will bring гостинец. Гостинец is usually something delicious, some treats. You bring some treats to someone when you visit them. So she wants to bring some sweets, some treats, some food to grandma and grandpa. Дедушке, бабушке отнесу гостинцев. Нет, говорит медведь. Here. Нет, говорит медведь. No, the bear says. Ты в лесу заблудишься. You will be lost in the forest. Заблудишься. Давай гостинцы. Give me the sweets. I will deliver them myself. So, you see, it's kind of a nice bear after all. He's worried about her. He's ready to walk all the way to the village to visit her grandpa and grandma, to bring some food to them. Я их сам отнесу. А Машеньке того и надо. It means that's exactly what Masha wanted. So that's the idea she came up with. Того и надо. So she baked pastries. Напекла она пирожков. Напекла она пирожков. Пирожок is, I think you translate it as a pastry. It's like some little bit of dough, and inside usually you have meat or you have jelly. Pretty cool dish, very common in Russian, пирожок. So she made a lot of them. Достала большой короб. She took a big box, большой, and she tells the bear, говорит медведю, dative case. She tells to the bear. Вот, смотри, here, look, вот, смотри. Я в этот короб положу пирожки. I will put pastries into this box. And you bring them to grandpa and grandma. А ты отнеси их дедушке, да бабушке. Again, dative case. To grandpa, to grandma. That's why we have the ending here. Да помни, but remember, don't open the box on the way. Короб по дороге не открывай. Don't open, не открывай. So, по дороге means on the way somewhere. For example, I like to listen to music on my way to work. Я люблю слушать музыку по дороге на работу. Or, on my way home, I met a friend. По дороге домой я встретил друга. So that's how we say on the way to somewhere. Why is it da for and? Because in Old Russian, this was just the way of saying and. Ты да я, you and me. Иди да не забывай. Go and don't forget. It's just the old Russian language. This is an old folk tale. So they try to keep the old style here in this kind of just for the atmosphere. Okay. Same here. You see, we use da here. Oops, wrong place here. And remember, да помни. Да помни. Короб не открывай, don't open the box. The pastries don't take away. Пирожки не вынимай, don't take out of the box. Не вынимай. And then she says, я на дубок влезу. Dub is like oak tree with those beautiful leaves. Dub. Dubok, again, it's like the cute way of saying oak tree. Dubok. So I will climb the oak tree and I'm gonna observe what you're doing there. I'm gonna look at you. Следить. Следить can mean to spy on someone, means to be observing someone very carefully. Следить. So she warns him. Don't open the box, don't do anything wrong. I'm gonna sit on the very high tree and I'm gonna look at what you're doing. Okay, the bear agrees. Ладно means fine, got it, okay. Ладно, отвечает медведь. The bear says, give me the box. Давай короб. Давай короб. Машенька говорит. Masha says, выйди на крылечко. Go to the porch and see if it's raining or not. Посмотри, не идет ли дождик. Look if it's raining. Не идет ли дождик. Только медведь вышел на крылечко. As soon as the bear went to the porch. Только you might know as only. For example, только я, only me. But also it can mean as soon as something. Also sometimes you can meet как только. Как только я хотела лечь спать, as soon as I decided to go to sleep, my phone started to ring. Телефон зазвонил. So as soon as, только. So только медведь вышел, as soon as he went out to the porch, Машенька сейчас же залезла в короб. Машенька climbed into the box. So she sat inside the box, and on her head she put the big plate with pastries. На голову блюдо с пирожками поставила. Вернулся медведь. The bear came back. He sees what's going on in the chat? Why are people discussing some completely random stuff there and arguing as well? It's not good to argue over Russian folk tales. So the bear came back, вернулся медведь, and he sees the box is ready. Видит, короб готов. Короб готов, the box is ready, the box is prepared, готов. Взвалил его на спину. Взвалить, it means to grab something heavy, something really heavy. For example, a very heavy backpack full of books. And you are doing making a great effort to put it behind your back. This is the verb взвалить. So he put this big box, of course, the Masha inside, tons of pastries inside. It's heavy. So he does it with all his effort. And he walked to the village. И пошел в деревню. Walked to the village. Идет медведь между елками. He is walking between the fir trees, pine trees. So he's walking between them. Бредет между березками. Идет and бредет, they are basically synonyms. It's just walking somewhere, not hurrying anywhere, just wandering around. So he's not in a rush, he's just slowly walking. We have the verb бредет, between the birch trees. Birch trees in Russian are береза, and they are very, very common in Russia. Береза. В овражки спускается, goes down in small овраг. It's not like a pit. It's just when the ground goes a little bit down, but not like a deep pit. No, овраг. And на пригорки поднимается. Пригорки, it's small hills. You don't have to climb them. You just walk, but just a little bit climbing. Шел, устал и говорит. So he walked and got tired and says, сяду на пенек, съем пирожок. I will sit down on the stump. I forgot this word. You told me in the chat the other day. What is left after the tree is cut? Why do I have this stump word in my head? So this little thing that is left after the tree is cut. Travelers in Russian forests, they use them as chairs, so you can sit down on it, have a little snack, have some rest, and then you keep walking. So in Russian, this is called пень or пенек. Oh, stump! Nice, I remembered correctly. Thank you. Спасибо. Yay. Stump. Yes. I spelled it wrongly in my head, but at least something close. So he wants to sit down on one of them and eat one of the pastries. Я сяду на пенек, съем пирожок. So here is a little illustration for you finally. Bear is not naked. He has the full Russian peasant outfit. And there, this is korab, this box they were talking about. And there inside the box is Masha, Mashinka. So of course, she doesn't want him to open the box because he will see her. He will see her. So not a good idea. So she hears and says, Машенька, Машенька, из короба. Вижу, вижу, I see, I see. Машенька says from the box. Yeah, I see. Вижу. Не садись на пенек. Don't sit on the stump. Не садись. Don't eat a pastry. Не ешь пирожок. Неси бабушке, неси дедушке. Bring it to grandma, bring it to grandpa. Again, you see, in English, we show this with to. Bring it to grandma. Bring it to grandpa. You don't have to change the word grandma and grandpa itself. But in Russian, we don't have this to. So we demonstrate this direction with cases. Dative case. Бабушке, дедушке. So the bear is shocked. He's like, ишь, какая глазастая. Глазастая comes from the word глаза, eyes. It means someone who sees something. Someone who sees something very well. For example, if you come to some toy store and there are like thousands of different toys, and my son is a fan of Spider-Man, and among thousands of tiny little figures, he will instantly spot Spider-Man there. So I would say, "О, какой ты глазастый." So he was able to see one Spider-Man among thousands of other toys. That's when you can use глазастый. Глазастый. So remember, the bear thinks that she climbed that oak tree far away and that she is looking at him. Remember, that's what she said when he left. He doesn't know she's behind his back. He thinks she's yelling at him. «Ишь, какая глазастая», говорит медведь. «Все видит». She sees everything. Все видит. Поднял он короб и пошел дальше. So he lifted the box and started walking further. Walking on. In the chat, when to use приносить against носить. Носить, like here, неси бабушке, неси дедушке. It is an ongoing process. There is no result yet. So he is in the middle of the forest. He is still carrying it. He is still on the way. Неси, он несет. Принести means the ending of the action. So the action is completing. It means to bring something. So when he approaches the house and he drops his box to the ground, it means he brought it. Он принес. So this is the result. Okay. Where are we? So again, he got tired again. Шел, 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 шел. When you repeat this word so many times, it means that he was walking for a long time. He walked and walked and walked and walked. Шел, 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 шел. Остановился, сел и говорит. So he stopped, sat down and says, Сяду на пенек, съем пирожок. Again, I'll sit down on the stump and eat a pastry. Сяду на пенек, съем пирожок. А Машенька из короба опять. And Masha from the box again. Опять. Masha из короба опять. And she says the same thing. I see. Вижу. Не садись на пенек. Don't sit on the stump. Don't eat a pastry. Bring it to grandma. Bring it to grandpa. Неси бабушке, неси дедушке. Удивился медведь. So the bear was surprised. Oh, how cunning she is. Вот какая хитрая. Хитрая means cunning. Remember we had хитрая лиса, cunning fox, somebody who knows a lot of tricks and tries to trick other people. Хитрая лиса. She sits high and she looks far away. So she sees him from her tall tree. Встал и пошел скорее. So he got up and hurried to walk again. Пошел скорее. Пришел в деревню. So you see, it's basically all those prefixes, they have more or less the same meaning that they add to words. Like нести is the process. Принести means the result. Same here. Remember, шел. It was an ongoing process. He was walking and walking and walking. Пришел with this prefix. He arrived. So the action is completed. He is there in his destination. Пришел. So he has come to the village. Пришел в деревню. He found the house. Нашел дом. Found the house where grandpa and grandma lived. Oh, my voice is leaving me again. So he found the house где дедушка, where grandpa with grandma lived, and started to knock to the gates with all his strength. Изо всех сил means like with all your effort, like really loudly. Изо всех сил. So it means to I'm sorry, I'm literally losing my voice. I hope I can last this little page. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Sorry. So изо всех сил means to put a lot of effort. No matter what you do. Try hard. It means изо всех сил. So this тук means the knock. In Russian, we show the sound with tuk. Tuk. Open the door. There are two similar words. Отпирать is the very old one, to open something, very old Russian. And a modern word on the right, открывать. So open. Отворяйте, отпирайте, открывайте. Same words. Я вам от Машеньки гостинцев принес. I have brought you treats, sweets from Машенька, от Машеньки. Genitive case. From someone, we use genitive. От Машеньки. Again, принес. So he's already there. He brought what he wanted to bring. The result. Принес. А собаки почуяли медведя. So the dogs sniffed the bear. They felt that the bear was there. So чуять means to feel some scent in the air. To sniff something like собаки почуяли. So the dogs understood that there was a bear in the village. So they rushed on him. Бросились на него. Со всех дворов бегут, лают. So they run from all the yards. So from all the yards, со всех дворов, they run and bark. Лаять means to bark. Лаять. Испугался медведь. The bear was scared. frightened, испугался. So he put the box at the gate, поставил короб у ворот и пустился в лес без оглядки. And he rushed into the forest without even looking back. This is actually an idiom. Пуститься без оглядки. It means to run really fast. But literally it means to start running without looking back. Without looking back. Вышли тут дедушка да бабушка к воротам. So grandpa and grandma went out to the gates. They see the box is standing. Видят, короб стоит. Что это в коробе? What is it inside? The grandma says. Что это в коробе? Prepositional case. Inside the box. В коробе. А дедушка поднял крышку. So grandpa lifted the cover. He looks, смотрит, and doesn't believe his eyes. Глазам своим не верит. В коробе Машенька сидит. Машенька is sitting inside the box. Safe and sound. Живехонька и здоровехонька. This is again the folk style. Жив, здоров. Жива, здорова. It's like safe and sound in English. Обрадовались дедушка да бабушка. So grandpa and grandma were happy. Обрадовались. Стали Машеньку обнимать, целовать, умницей называть. Began to hug and kiss Машенька and call her a smart girl. Умница means a smart girl. So, yeah, she managed to run away from the bear, to trick the bear, and she came back to her grandparents. That's it. My voice is back. It's not back, I mean it managed to last. Okay, so the two cartoons. You are probably familiar with the new cartoon, that crazy Masha who just does all kinds of crazy stuff, and poor bear, she annoys him and basically just ruins his life completely. So let's look at the first cartoon first, the Soviet version, and then we will look at the modern one. So this is the original, very old Soviet cartoon based on this folk tale. Let's move a little bit forward.
Эй, дед! Чего тебе? По пальцу себе не тяпни.
So they expanded it. They have a little dialogue between grandparents. Here is Masha. Mashenka. This is the doll cartoon. You see those old dolls? Dedushka. So she goes to the forest. Oh, again, just try to watch the cartoon.
It's like having a proof reader and an English teacher.
They always want us to watch ads first. So she's in the forest, and now they are going to do this "Au, au" stuff. Let's look.
Ау, Машенька!
So she got preoccupied with mushrooms, грибы, and she got lost. So you see she's yelling, "Au, au," when you are lost, but obviously her girlfriends came back home safe and sound and just dropped her in the forest to die. Whoa, some dramatic music here. Okay, where is the house? So she's walking around, and those are birch trees, березы. Oh, she's about to say something. So here's the bear's house. Избушка. Unfortunately, again, I can't show it to you more than 10 seconds in a row because of the copyright. So I'm gonna try to break it to short pieces. So she's inside the house, в избушке. No, not too much conversation here. Not too much dialogues. I'm waiting for the bear. Oh, bear is pretty cute here. Not aggressive. Bear, I guess, woke up.
Что такое? Человеческим духом пахнет.
He's like, what's going on? I can feel the human scent.
Хозяюшка будет. Пирожки там испечь кой.
Oh, goodness, Disney.
Our world is divided.
Disney, leave me alone. I will watch this cartoon. You should stop showing the ads to me. So he wants to make her work for him. Made some toy, some doll for her. So he's pretty nice. I guess he feels lonely. He wanted someone to stay with him.
Живешь у меня в полном довольстве. Чего тебе не хватает?
He's like, what else do you need? You are living here with everything possible. What else do you want?
А хочешь, я тебя научу?
Грамоте. Это можно.
So she offers to teach him how to write.
Мы
Misha, that's his name. So that was definitely not in the fairy tale.
Лес за хворостом. А ты будь умницей. Не вздумай.
So again, he is about to go to the forest.
А ты, как из лесу вернешься, отнеси мои первые пирожки дедушке с бабушкой.
So she's telling him, you bring the pastries to my grandma and grandpa. I want to find this, like, I'm sitting on a tree, seeing you. Let's try to find it. Oh, so she's probably inside the box already. В коробке.
Машенька.
That's not a very smart bear. Not a very smart bear. So he sits.
Хорошо пахнет. От одного не убудет.
Высоко сижу, на тебя гляжу. Не садись на пенек, не ешь пирожок.
So she says, don't sit on the stump, don't eat the pastry. Не садись на пенек, не ешь пирожок. So he is shocked how far away she sees. Вот бабушка и дедушка.
Здравствуйте. Вы Машин и дедушка с бабушкой.
Oh, this is a pretty nice bear. He just wanted her to stay.
Не скажу, не открою. Живет как царица.
So he says, she's living like a queen with me. Don't worry, she's fine. And I wonder why he will leave.
Машенька. Внучка.
И внучку доставил, и пирожки.
So I guess here he'll just leave himself.
Угощайся. Ты дядя...
So here at least no dogs chasing him off.
Ничем не заменишь.
Wait, I guess there is some moral.
Будем.
Вот и сказки конец. Понял, косолапый, что родного угла ничем не заменишь.
Oh, here they made a moral that no matter how much treasures you do and how much you give to someone and how you treat them, you can't do it forcefully. right? So she didn't want to stay with him. She would like to stay with her family. So this is the moral of the story. Okay, pretty cool. But of course, you are probably familiar with the modern one. Honestly, I don't like the modern one because she's basically just ruining everything. She's ruining his life. So it's a completely opposite story
It's the
here.
new Nerf Ultra Amp with a clip system and motorized
Because poor bear literally can't get rid of her. Can't get rid of her. So this is the modern version. Masha и Медведь. First meeting. Первая встреча. I'll skip it to some pigs, свинья. Today's version of Masha, but this cartoon is really bad for kids because she's literally just doing crazy stuff and without any consequences. Definitely not moral in this one. So you see, everybody probably already knows that she is a nightmare for the surroundings. So all the animals are hiding already. The pig is trying to hide. Like, where did you all go? Let's see how she meets the bear. So this bear is the opposite. He is super cool by himself. He doesn't want any Masha to stay there and ruin his life. He's doing fine. See some tea with samovar. Enjoying himself. He's a happy bear. But unfortunately, the trouble is about to begin. I don't remember how she ends up in his house. Oh, poor hare became her victim. Oh yeah, here she comes and instantly destroys his honey farm. So already she ruined his entire yard. Poor bear back, unfortunately. She's coming back. And they have like several hundreds of those episodes. So this is the modern version. Of course, it has nothing to do with the original one. It was just inspired with the Russian folktale. What is it? He's probably saving her in the forest after all, and I guess they end up together. So he kind of checked what she was doing and enjoyed. So she taught him how to enjoy life. So yeah, they have a lot of those episodes. They're pretty short. So look up Masha and the Bear. It's funny. It's easy to watch, but not the best Russian cartoon for sure. But it's very popular around the world. I see it here in the toy stores in America, everywhere. When I was living in Slovakia, it was everywhere in Slovakia. Slovak kids love this cartoon. And it is very popular in Russia as well. So, yay. Okay, I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much for staying with me for so long. I am happy that we keep reading those folk tales and learn more about Russian culture, because in Russia everybody knows this folk tale. It's our traditions. So not only learning the language, but also combining it with some cultural stuff as well. So I guess that's it. And hopefully I see you next Sunday. Also, happy Women's Day to all the wonderful women. I like this holiday. Of course, it's about women's rights, but just in general to celebrate women. It's always a good idea. So buy some flowers for your women. I already had mine today. Really happy. I have actually 2 bouquets of flowers already. Oh, thank you so much. Спасибо. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. I truly appreciate your support of me. This really helps me to kind of keep moving, to see that my work is appreciated. Большое всем спасибо. I wish you a wonderful week. Finally the spring has come. Finally it's getting a little bit more pleasant outside, a little bit warmer, so I'm very happy about that. So again, all wonderful women, happy Women's Day, happy holiday, and all the wonderful men, thank you for everything. I'm very grateful to everyone. Большое спасибо. And I guess it's time to say goodbye. Все, спокойной ночи, до свидания, спасибо, пока-пока.